My daughter-in-law laughed at my son right there in court. There are moments in life that rip open old wounds you thought had long healed, moments that force you to confront a past you desperately tried to bury. For me, that moment arrived like a chilling slap across the face, right there in the courtroom, when the judge's eyes, full of a shock that mirrored my own, fixed on me as if he'd seen a ghost. The hushed anticipation in the courtroom died instantly the moment Judge Stephen Morales entered. He settled into his high-backed chair, his piercing gaze sweeping across the room. I watched him. My heart pounded, a frantic drum against my ribs. When his eyes briefly met Michael's, my son, my everything, I saw a fleeting flicker of compassion, a tiny spark of understanding. But then, it was gone. His eyes froze on me. That look, that raw shock, hit me like a physical blow. It was as if I was staring into a mirror, reflecting a past I thought was dead and buried. I walked slowly, deliberately, towards the defense table. My old leather briefcase, worn and scarred from years of battle, landed with a sharp thud on the polished wooden surface, a sound that echoed like a declaration of war. I pulled out the chair and sank down next to Michael, immediately reaching for his trembling hand, covering it with mine. The silence in that room was suffocating, broken only by the nervous scratching of the clerk's pen. Judge Morales leaned forward, his usual solemnity completely shattered. His eyes were wide, his lips barely moving as he whispered, almost to himself, "Why did you come here?" That question hung in the air, a blast of cold wind sweeping through every corner of the room. Jessica, my daughter-in-law, frowned, her gaze sharp with suspicion. Her parents, seated behind her, leaned in close, whispering furiously, their eyes burning with distrust. Michael, my brave, broken boy, slowly lifted his head. His eyes were confused, but in their depths I saw a fragile, desperate spark of hope ignite. Seeing him like that, my heart ached with a pain almost too deep to bear. He didn't know. None of them knew. No one in that room understood that I wasn't just a mother. I had been someone else once. Someone everyone in Chicago knew by name, someone they called the Queen of Law. Less than an hour before, the Chicago sky had been a heavy, suffocating gray. I stood by our old car, carefully helping Michael with each painstaking step. His gait was shaky, not just from the burden of his wooden crutch, but from the crushing weight of the crowd's pitying stares. The mournful tolls of the church bells in the nearby downtown square hammered against my chest, announcing a grim, dreadful day. My old leather briefcase was clutched in my hands, its worn edges a testament to the years I'd fought. It didn't just hold papers, it held our honor, our future, and the faint, flickering hope of my family. In front of the imposing courthouse steps, a small crowd had gathered. Curious neighbors, a few reporters with their cameras poised like vultures. They murmured amongst themselves, a restless, buzzing swarm. "It's the villain in your divorce," someone whispered, the words carrying on the cold air. "They say it's really nasty. Poor son." My heart sank at the casual cruelty, but I kept my face a mask of cold resolve, refusing to show any weakness. Just then, a luxury car screeched to a halt behind us. The door swung open, and out stepped Jessica. Full story on the channel. Link below. Click now and watch what happened next.